Hello family, thank you for all the love so far. I really appreciate it. Tonight is about my friend in the UK. You see, marriage abroad is a different kind of trouble. My friend George has been in the UK for 10 years now, married to Sandra. They both left Africa thinking life would be soft. But what they didn't know was that the UK has a way of turning you into a machine. Work all the time. A lot of bills to pay, and whether that will freeze your dreams. Sometimes, the UK weather can be so confused, it's like it can't decide if it's a shower or a sprinkle, so it just cries all day. It rains so much that I started believing there is a leak in the UK sky. Now, George works as an IT consultant. He's the guy who fixes all the problems nobody understands. While Sandra is a nurse. Night shifts, day shifts, shifts everywhere. And with their schedules, it was like they were playing hide and seek in their own house. George would come home and call his wife Sandra to announce his arrival, but Sandra's voice would echo from the door, "I'm off to work." They had a baby. Little Junior. Sweet boy, but even Junior started calling the babysitter mommy. George told me, "Kofi, this boy doesn't even know us anymore." But let me tell you how bad it got. One evening, Sandra was off, and George decided to surprise her. He lit candles, cooked jollof rice and grilled chicken. Well, he warmed it from the African shop. But still passed for an effort. George cannot cook to save his life. Maybe he knows how to boil water. Anyways, Sandra came home, saw the setup, and said, "What's this?" George said, "It's a date night." And Sandra said, "In this cold, who has the energy for dates?" With such response, George was heartbroken. He said, "Sandra, when was the last time we even talked? Not about Junior, not about bills. Just us." Sandra looked at him and said, "George, I'm too tired to talk. I'm working for this family. What more do you want?" Now, me, I'm his friend, so I told him, "George, you two need to stop living like roommates." But it is true, it seems they share rooms together in the same house. Well, like you guys, he didn't listen at first. You know African men. Very stubborn. But one day, the babysitter called in sick. George had to take the day off to stay with Junior. That day, he realized something: Sandra wasn't just tired. She was exhausted. Taking care of work, Junior, and the house. The woman was running on empty. So George called me. He said, "Kofi, I need to fix this." And he did. He started small. Every Friday, after Sandra's shift, they'd put Junior to bed early, make tea, and just sit together. No phones, no distractions, just talk. Sometimes it was serious. Other times, not so serious, just remembering their early days. One time, George told Sandra, if Junior becomes a footballer, they would retire early. And Sandra said, "Yes, so long he does not pick your legs but my gym." They laughed like they hadn't laughed in years. And slowly, the spark came back. Now, George tells me, "Kofi, we're still busy, but we don't let the busyness steal us away from each other anymore. You see, my people, marriage is like a garden. If you don't water it, it will wither. But here is the good news. Even dry plants can grow again if you give them some care. So, if you're too busy for each other, please stop and ask yourself, what are you really working for? Because a good balance of the paycheck and a happy home is the best. Remember, for love to grow, it needs time, therefore friends. Be intentional and make time.